Hey strangers, what's up garden friends? This is AJ's Green Thumb. So I haven't been outside for several days. Late last week we had a windstorm that came through here and just wreaked havoc. So we've got branches everywhere, pots turned over, debris everywhere. It's a total mess. So today, the weather is pushing 68 degrees, and we're talking the end of February, which is unheard of. So I decided to dust off the boots and step outside for a second and just kind of survey everything. One of the first things I want to look at is this dahlia bed. I want to go ahead and kind of look at the progress and see if, how well they're faring for just being buried instead of pulled and stored inside. So I posted a video up several months ago with me just covering all the dahlias with heavy mulch and black plastic and just hoping for the best. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the tarp off to reveal exactly, what the progress is. So of course the soil is nice and fluffy, nice and rich. I remember having a lot of weeds under here prior to covering this up. They've all since decomposed. This right here is a double shine. So I'm pulling away this dirt, revealing a tuber right now. Let me see if I can bring you guys in a little closer. So it looks like this tuber is relatively solid. So that's a good thing. I'm giving it a squeeze test. See that? I'm giving it that squeeze test. Let's brush some of this soil away. Nice and firm. Hear that? It's pretty solid. And looks like some of the roots started coming to the surface as well. Probably searching for air, because I'd imagine it is still relatively damp. This right here is solid as well. Oh, nope. This piece right here is a goner. Yeah, this one is a little squishy. See that? That's definitely squishy. You can see how it's dripping like that. That's nasty. That's pretty squishy. All right. So what that tells me is I may have some casualties in here, which is fine. If I can get 70 to 75% of these dahlias to come back, I'll be satisfied. Now, I'm not sure, but it looks like there's some tunneling in here. Now, I don't think it's a vole. It very well may be a snake. So I think we have water snakes in this part of the yard. All right, let's check this one here. This is an emperor dahlia. Let's brush away some of the soil. So here's a tuber right here. That still feels relatively solid. Yep, I'm satisfied with that. So that Emperor Dahlia will come back. See the tunneling I'm talking about? Look at this. See that? There's tunneling. But the reason I say it's not a vole is because the dahlias are still intact. So it's probably some water snakes. Let me go on the other side of the bed. See, this right here is a go-go speckled. And I'll be sure to throw a picture of the named dahlias. Okay. So it looks like this right here fell off. This right here seems relatively solid. So we're gonna have some more go-go speckled this growing season. So guys, as long as you have one solid tuber from your clump, you pretty much will have flowers. As long as you have the neck, the tuber, and the eye. All right, this one here is a tricolor. Yep, that's intact, that's solid. So we'll definitely have some flowers from that plant later on in the season, God willing. All right, so I'm done digging up in here. It was just interesting to discover some tunneling going on in here, but it's not voles. It's probably snakes. So all right, guys. So far, I'm pretty satisfied with what I just saw. I'm gonna go ahead and peek in that other bed behind the camera and look for the same thing. Look for solid tubers. There may be some rotted tubers, that's fine. But like I said, as long as I get 70 to 75% of my dahlia tubers that stay intact, that's pretty promising that I'm gonna get flowers this growing season. And cover this back up. All right, so back here I've got Florel Dahlia. All right, hope you guys can see this. So I'm gently brushing away the soil and the mulch. All right, I see a solid tuber. So with the Florel tubers, I noticed that they take the shape of more of like a ball or a spherical shape, as opposed to the, I guess I can say, a dumpling shaped tuber. All right, so here's a closer look. See that kind of like white meat right there? That's a tuber. And it has kind of like a ball shape. And that's pretty solid. So we're definitely gonna have Florel flowers this come growing season. So all I did, guys, was just mulch heavily, in this case with some wood chips. Now, from doing a little more research, wood chips are not that heavily recommended in doing this. You want to use something like straw or hay, or maybe even some pine needles, something like that, something that'll allow a little more air or aeration. But so far, halfway through the season, halfway through the winter season, I don't see any serious issues. I do see a few tubers that ended up rotting, but that's fine. That's to be expected. I mean, even if I was to store them inside, there's a chance of you losing tubers as well. So whatever your method, whatever your chosen method, you still will encounter some loss. So I'm fine with that. All right, this one is a little too deep. I can't really find anything. So towards the front over here, I had more tricolors. This one right here is a tricolor. Now, it's not like I expected these tubers to be sitting at the surface because, I mean, after all, last year they were buried. You know, they were planted, so that means they should at least be 3 to 5 inches beneath the soil surface. So this right here is a solid tuber. So we're definitely going to get some tricolor flowers out of this plant next year. Well, later on this season, that is. All right. There we go. Arnhem. Arnhem red. That's what that is. So let's see what we got here. I'm trying not to be too aggressive as I'm feeling for the tubers. Yep. That's a newly forming tuber right there based on the size, but it's pretty firm. All right, so I don't think I'm going to disturb any more of these. Let them continue to hibernate just because we have some mild temps. Let's not get cocky. This bed back here, we've got some bulb action. If I remember correctly, I think these are, I think these are either Labellipoc tulips. Well, I have it in a video. I did a video when I did this. But yeah, these are going to be pretty. I think back here I have Labellipoc, or I'll just go ahead and put a picture of what I think they are up on the screen. Nothing on this end. Looking over here in this bed, it looks a mess. Something came through here and did some serious digging. That clearly is not a snake. That might be gophers. So I'm not sure. Although I do remember seeing squirrels frolicking back here several weeks ago, so it could be anything. It could be anything. Look at that. Yeah. I think the only thing that's stopping these squirrels from digging up these bulbs is the cardboard underneath. So, thank goodness for the cardboard. But yeah, when the bulbs are ready, they'll come up. So over here is the roll doll bed. All the roses. Got some bulb action. I think I got some daffodils at the edge of the bed, just as accents. Here's this German bearded iris, starting to put up some new foliage. And this is how long the roll doll roses got. So they put on some substantial growth last growing season. So when I come in and do my rose pruning, I'll cut them way back, like about a foot off the ground, right here. Right above this leaf bud right here, like a 1/4 inch above this leaf bud. There's some serious branches that fell from that windstorm I was telling you guys about. So I'm about to get up off this camera, guys, and get real funky right now and get some cleaning done. I'm not going to bore you guys with recording all of the cleaning and so on and so forth. So the main point of this video was just showing you guys the progress, giving you a progress report of the Dahlia Storage. This season I just went ahead and buried them under wood chips and black plastic, and so far they're doing pretty well. See you guys on the next one. This is AJ's Green Thumb.